नमस्ते बिटिया, सदा खुश रहो। माई सेल्फ JVN Dr. Hemant Vyas, Associate Professor and Head of Department of Surgery, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we are going to discuss about diseases of breast. This is part 1 of the video. Now, speaking about the gross anatomy of the breast is externally divided into 4 quadrants. So these quadrants are upper inner quadrant, upper outer quadrant, lower outer quadrant and lower inner quadrant. So these are the 4 quadrants in which breast is divided. In this, the majority of cancers, breast cancers, develop in upper outer quadrant of the breast. This has to be kept in mind because this question is asked many times in multiple choice questions. So near about 45% of cases of breast cancer occur in upper outer quadrant of the breast. So in this slide we have enumerated about different type of diseases and the area or the tissues where these diseases occur, like fibroadenoma, cystic diseases occur in lobular cancer can also occur there, then ductal cancer occur in ducts, lactiferous sinuses, then Paget disease occur in nipple. So this is how we have enumerated the different tissues and the diseases, common diseases occurring in them. Now today we are going to discuss in detail fibroadenoma of breast. Fibroadenoma is a smooth discrete breast lump consisting of fibrous and adenomatous, that is glandular tissues. It is a firm and mobile that it appears to shift position and is commonly referred to as breast mice. So students, if in the reproductive age group of any woman, if there is formation of a lump in the breast and that lump is movable inside the breast, means it is not fixed to any tissue, it is movable inside the breast, then we call it as fibroadenoma of breast. But the detailed investigation has to be carried out for the confirmation of diagnosis of the tumor or the lump. Now introduction. Fibroadenoma are the second most common solid tumor after breast cancer and most common benign tumor in women. It is painless, firm, solitary, mobile, slowly growing breast mass. It is the most common breast tumor in young women, usually under 30 years of age, and growth may be accelerated during pregnancy. It is usually detected when it is 2 or 3 cm in size. Fibroadenomas can cause drastic asymmetrical growth in the breast. When larger than 5 cm, they are classified as giant fibroadenomas. Now fibroadenomas can look like this. Moving forward, we will discuss types of fibroadenoma. So basically there are 3 types. Pericanalicular type, that is more fibrous. Intracanalicular type, in which there is less fibrosis, and third type is giant fibroadenomas. So in the adjacent slides we can see the pathological microscopic changes occurring in intracanalicular, pericanalicular and giant fibroadenomas. Giant fibroadenoma is uncommon variant seen in about 4% of fibroadenoma. It is characterized by rapid growth. The peak incidence occur in late adolescence The size of the lesion is usually more than 5 cm but is encapsulated and benign. The underlying mass may cause a major distortion to the breast contour. Clinical features. The typical presentation is in a woman of reproductive age with a mobile palpable breast lump. Due to their hormonal sensitivity, the fibroadenoma commonly enlarge during pregnancy and involute at menopause. Hence, they rarely present after the age of 40 years. The lesions are well defined and well circumscribed clinically, and the overlying skin is normal. The lesions are not fixed to the surrounding parenchyma and slip around under the palpating hand. Hence, the colloquial term a breast mouse is used for fibroadenoma of the breast. Now let's see what are the choice of investigations for confirmation of diagnosis. First is mammography, but mammography is of limited use because it can be used in the women of 35 years of age or above. It appears as oval or round soft tissue densities with smooth or lobulated margins. They usually have very well defined borders and may exhibit the halo sign, in which a thin dark border is seen under the edges of the mass. Microcalcification can be seen. This is called as popcorn appearance, and this is very significant of the fibroadenoma. Investigations: ultrasound, an oval shaped well defined nodule with uniform internal echo pattern deep to the lesion. There is no alteration in the echo texture, nor is there enhancement brighter. In contrast, in Fallot's tumor, cyst-like spaces may be seen with the stroma. Heterogeneity of the internal echo pattern may indicate associated hemorrhage or necrosis. Frequently, Fallot's tumor are highly vascular on color flow Doppler. Needle core biopsy. All patients ideally should undergo FNAC, that is fine needle aspiration cytology, for tissue confirmation. Then management. A fibroadenoma does not require excision unless it is associated with suspicious cytology. If it becomes very large and the patient expressly desires the lump to be removed. If needed, we can proceed with lumpectomy, cryoablation, ultrasound guided percutaneous suctioning. That is from the today's session. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any queries, please mention in comment box. I will try to resolve it. Thank you very much.